Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. Hello! Oh my gosh, I'm back, and I am feeling great. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I do say us. Jason is getting his coffee. We are a little bit behind this morning, so our apologies. Get over here.
I'm sliding in the hole.
Listen to me cracking my whip.
Good morning. I'm Jason.
And I'm Jana. We are living lucky. I hope you are too. Please say hello.
I'm only 25 seconds late.
Right? We're a minute and 25 seconds late.
Sorry about that. Good morning, Sheila.
We're just gonna shoot the goose this morning.
Oh.
Is that even a saying?
I felt like I shot the goose over the weekend a little bit.
Hey, David, what's up? I am feeling better. Thank you for asking. I was sick last week. I don't know. I really don't know what happened. I may have had food poisoning.
You might have had a little bit of Montezuma's revenge back again.
I don't know. I've been sick all year long. That's hot. That's like a crazy thing to say.
That's a tough pill to swallow.
So maybe my body just needed some rest. But I will say I had some celery on Monday right before we went to life group. I ate the whole bag. And I got on the couch to eat it. As I know, here I am saying I'm not going to get on the couch, but I did. Right before we left for life group, I sat on the couch to eat my celery and I did not wash it.
And you said right when we pulled into life group, you're like, something feels weird about my stomach.
And as I was eating the celery, I like every crunch, it felt every bite. I was thinking, this doesn't taste quite right. This does not taste quite right.
Never trust your intuition.
Like it kind of feels like maybe it could have been on, it could have been on that last day of this May.
Maybe this
trash.
Is the old celery.
Yes. And you bite it and it's not really crispy. It's more of that, And instead of having that little crunch as it knocks off, it's more of it gets caught in your teeth, and then you've got those strands.
Bendy celery.
Yeah, and they get stuck, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's like floss stuck in your teeth.
Buffet celery.
At any rate, good morning, Julien, Sheila, Marilyn. Marilyn says, sometimes when I eat something, it feels the same way you're describing. And then I sort of have dry heaves. Oh, I know. No, but I didn't have dry heaves.
Yeah.
No.
I've had that after oysters one time. It was yellow. It was like this. It was a new yellow oyster. I don't know. I've never seen it before. It was like 1 out of 12, and the one in the middle was yellow. And I got to that one, and I ate it, and then it wasn't. I couldn't eat oysters for like 7 years after that.
Ooh,
it was a bad experience.
Yeah.
Good morning, Kimberly.
At any rate. I will say the next day, then I wasn't puking the next day. The first day you emptied my puke bucket. How many times?
I don't know. I know over the 2 or 3 days, it was probably like 12, 15 times.
I mean, it was a lot. I could not even keep water down.
It was a lot.
And then that third day you get up and you're like, oh my gosh, my stomach is so flat. Like this is the best diet. You know what I'm saying?
I do not. And that third day you're like, as me, I don't want to see another puke bucket.
That's true too. That is true too.
And I felt so bad for you.
Oh, but then on Thursday and Friday, I was actually feeling better, but I just felt exhausted and I needed to recharge. It didn't feel like it would be authentic for me to come on and go, good morning. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm faking it.
Right? That didn't feel like that would be in line with the way I had been feeling.
Yeah, I can see that.
And here's another thing. I just want to throw this out there. And I'm going to kick this thought out there. And I have not pre-thought my thoughts this morning. So
PTMTs.
Yeah, we're just spewing it out, just like my puke bucket.
Oh, nice. Bring it back.
Thank you. But I wanted to say I happened to have a conversation with my friend Tammy, and
Tam.
I told her, I said, there's something about my soul that just loves to be in bed. Like, I just love to be in bed.
It's me.
Okay, that too. But there's something about me just loving to be in bed, and it like if in fact somebody recently said, describe your ideal day, Jana, and they were like pulling a life coaching tool on me, and I was like, honestly, my ideal day would be to go to bed. Like, I love going to bed. I love dreaming. I love sleeping. I love meditating in bed. I love just laying in bed in the dark and thinking. I love being in bed. Okay.
I haven't heard me in there at all, but keep going.
And I love my husband in bed with me. How's that? Well, anyway, my point is
not to insert myself into your life or your dream world, but it's okay.
Kimberly says my soul prefers to be in bed too. It's my cozy place. Okay, good. Thank you. Kimberly's with me. Kimberly, you can get in bed with me. How about that?
I'm gonna have to get out. I'm a one woman in the bed guy.
Okay. Well, my point is, I started thinking about that. I was like, what is it about being in bed that my soul is really preferring to be in bed? And so I started doing some research this morning.
Nice.
And there's actually therapies right now about, like, Aaron Rodgers, you know, the football player.
Yeah.
He goes to dark therapy, where he just goes to a cabin in the woods where he has no internet, no television. It's just a cabin with no light even. And he goes and he lays in the dark, and he just lays in bed. And it's a way for him to
decompress.
Yes.
So I love sensory deprivation tanks. I absolutely.
That's kind of what it is.
I crave them. I want one, but they are so expensive to maintain. They're not cheap to be members of, and they're not close. So they're not convenient, but they are excellent sources of rejuvenating meditation spaces. But
we went to one in Oklahoma, and I'm going to be real. I don't know why my hair was falling out that day. And as I was in this sensory deprivation tank, I don't know why, as I was laying there, and I mean, it's really bizarre. It's almost like you're in space, but you're underwater, but you're floating. Like, your face is floating, but you're in this salt water.
My face floats because of the fat content.
Are you saying your face is fat?
No, it was.
You don't have a fat face.
I'm getting better.
At any rate, I could not keep my hands out of my hair. And I felt like my hair was shedding. I was going through a shedding.
Couldn't stop thinking. I couldn't get out of your mind and your hair.
I was going through a shedding day, and my hair just kept like shedding. And then when I got out.
Who's shedding in the tank?
Yeah.
It's
me. Who's that shedding in the tank? It's me.
I don't think the sign says, please no peeing or shedding in the tank. I think it said, please no peeing or something else in the tank.
But here's the thing. My brother-in-law had the appointment right after me. So he gets in the tank after me, which is kind of weird because you're in there naked. So then you think, oh, you know, your brother-in-law's in there right after you.
Could have been worse.
And
he could have been there right before you.
That's true. That's true. But he gets out of his appointment with
cousin It on his back.
Yes. And he comes out and he was like, I had a really great experience, except, and then he
this big spider on my back
pulls out this big old hairball, and it was mine. And I'm like, oh my God, like
whose is that?
And supposedly these things have these very
it recycles the water through
sophisticated.
it so often
Yeah.
and everything, unless the whole plug is plugged up.
Yes. And that was me. That was my experience.
That's me.
Anyway, so what I'm saying in a very long, undirected way, unfiltered way, is that yes, I was sick for the first 2.5 days. And then on the third and fourth day, I felt like I just kind of needed a day in bed to just get my thoughts together.
On the third day of sickness, my true love said to me, you lay in bed, I'll take the show, we'll have some community.
And
we'll see you back on Monday, please.
You finished it. He was waiting for me to save him, and I didn't. I'm like, I'm just gonna let him squirm.
I got there.
I wanted to see what would come out, and that's where brilliance happens.
We will always get there if we just give ourselves a little bit of space.
You know what? If I just let you squirm a little bit and put you in your uncomfortableness, that's when you shine. And can we all just give Jason can we all just give him an emojis or like give him some claps, because he did such a great job last week of, I know you have a little apprehension.
I do have apprehension of coming
going
on,
live
being
alone
live by myself
and talking to everybody.
Because when I can't see people, when I'm looking at the screen, like I know you're here and that's so valuable to me, but I love to see your little faces. So that's why I love the comments, because then I can actually look over and it feels like I see your faces.
Sheila's giving you.
I love the little.
She's giving you a
very good cat emojis.
Very good. That's right. And Kimberly's giving you some claps. Becky Myers says, as someone with anxiety, that is my nightmare. I am sure she's probably talking about being in the deprivation tank.
So I have claustrophobia. Yes. And that was a big nightmare for me getting in. But once you kind of relegate yourself to being in there,
yes,
it is such an amazing experience. And you do have to get over some of that fear of being in the darkness, not being able to hear. And then
it feels
like, am I in a coffin? Like all those
orgasmic.
Kind of thoughts.
It feels orgasmic.
And it becomes an addiction of, I need this silence is amazing. This darkness is amazing. And I get to get to me.
You know, okay, we're just going to wrap this up with a nugget. So tune in, lean in, because here is your life coaching lesson of the day. I just want to say I was watching Mel Robbins over the weekend. And one thing that she said is that our society right now, it's almost like it's grabbing our hand and it's saying, this is important, this is important, this is important, this is important. Well, when there's so much stimulation and when it's saying that everything around us, it's important, what we're not saying is important is ourselves.
Yeah.
And what you just said is when you're in the sensory deprivation tank and there's nothing else around and you're unplugged, all you can do is go within.
You get to quiet that noise, and then if you're listening to yourself, you get to start hearing what's truly important.
Yes.
And then you get out and take some really intentional actions, which is just crazy.
Before I go, want to say thank you to Pam Jett. Oh my gosh, Pam Jett, if all of you don't know, she runs this art festival it's in Maitland. Yep. And she sent me, and I will be talking about this for the next couple weeks.
Next 20 weeks.
Because it's in March. So I will be giving all of you information. But she sent me the cutest little slippers. They're little bananas. She
would wear them and show you, but she doesn't lift her legs very well.
They're little bananas and they are so fun. And I just absolutely adore these.
They make you feel better when you're sick.
I adore these so much. So they're in the shape of little bananas. And I just want to say, Pam, thank you. Thank you so much, because they have appeal. So they have appeal.
That's a unique find, right?
Oh my God. I mean, this says love. This says love. That's what these say. Oh, Okay, good. Love you guys.
Keep living lucky.
Have a great day. Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.